Thank you all. A fantastic session so far. We've a lot of questions coming in on a few different areas, so we'll try where we can to consolidate them. This one was directed towards Ryan, but we also sort of had a general question to the group around packaging. So Ryan, the question is, will you be modifying your packaging systems as a farmer, and sort of outlining the challenges that you shared, switching from food service to retail? Will you be making your packaging systems more modular or adaptable in the future? That's a question for Ryan. And then if we think about it more broadly, what kind of packaging trends do you anticipate seeing sort of proliferated as a result of this in produce supply chains? So I think let's start with Ryan, and then I know Roland, you may have some thoughts as well as Ilanit, because we got particular questions around packaging in the Australia market. We're really glad to have a bunch of folks dialing in from down under. So Ryan, I'll hand it over to you and then move through to Roland.
I guess the answer is yes, we will be modifying our systems to accommodate, the new demand. Like, the question really becomes is how long is this going to last? Is this long lasting, or is it just going to return somewhat more back to normal? And so, spending a lot of money in infrastructure and it could be a challenge. So, but we have new equipment on order. Hopefully within a couple months we'll have that installed, which will help us be able to meet those demands a little better. So yes.
Yeah, so I would just say around packaging, I mean, look, leading up to all this, there was already this kind of conflicting desires out there on the consumer side, and that is, on one hand, we know that there's a desire globally to reduce packaging for environmental reasons, etc. On the other hand, we know that consumers are wanting more and more convenience. Well, typically in fresh produce, when you drive convenience, you drive packaging intensity, right? Think of bulk produce at retail that has less packaging versus a clamshell produce or a packaged salad. So those things are already challenging to reconcile. Now enter COVID-19, where people are reportedly feeling much more comfortable, right, grabbing something that's packaged because perhaps somebody else didn't touch it. So there's that added kind of influence now. So I don't have the answers to it, but those are kind of the two conflicting forces that push this packaging thing in kind of two different directions. But one thing's for sure is as a value chain, particular suppliers are going to need to think about having more flexibility to flip a switch and be able to serve one channel versus another channel, or a combination of the two.
Roland, you are so correct. When there is a conflict in what consumers are choosing to spend and choosing convenience over reducing their use of plastic, we at Imperfect are trying to figure out how to partner, either creating our own packaging system that uses more sustainable materials, because right now the reality is they're expensive and no one's really taking the lead, and that's what we need to happen. We need somebody, some producer, some retailer to take the lead and help drive these packaging costs down.